Always a pleasure to catch up with Marlon Chito Vera, who Chito starting out the new year running in the snow and the mountains. I mean, is it vacation right now? Or are you already in camp? I mean, tell me what's going on.
Fuck, man. I don't. I don't really get into the camp thing. I'm not a guy that act normal and then goes, okay, I have 6 weeks to put my life into this and win this fight. I feel I stay pretty pretty ready. I stay consistent, and when it's time to go, I just switch the flip. I'm just like it's go time, but I'm always training. I'm always trying to develop, to get better, to add new tools to my game. And I feel like in the last couple of fights, people's being able to see that I just fight better and better and better. And that just don't happen. That happened because I'm always in the gym. I'm always looking forward to get better. I'm always trying to figure it out. What's next? How can I improve? And how can just become, a better version of myself? And I just stay consistent, stay plugging away, and me and coach are in Vegas right now. We get some sparring, some training with pro boxers, like, and just keep leveling up, so staying ready, and that's why I don't feel I don't need camps. I'm a pro fighter, and until the day I retire, I'm gonna do this every day. And when I feel I need a break, I take a break. When I feel I need a day off, I take a day off. But I don't have those things set. The only thing set is train every day, and go from there.
I love it, man. Well, it's definitely paying dividends and working for you. So we all kind of wondered what was going to be next after this run that you're on. We find out now it's Cory Sandhagen. It's February 18th. It's the UFC Apex. And Cheeto, I guess I'm just curious, when this was brought to you, were you all in? Was it like, yeah, that's the fight, let's go? Or did they have to kind of talk you into this one a little bit? Because,
Oh,
listen, you're right at the top of the division. Did you think maybe you should get to fight up in the rankings versus technically down one spot?
yeah. Well, of course I was kind of like hoping. I wasn't expecting, because I never expect anything from nobody. I just tried to get myself there, but I was kind of like I was telling myself I would love if I got a title shot after the Cruz fight, but you know, sometimes there's you can control the situation, the environment, who's coming back, who's retiring, and I just feel like I'm right there, and when they didn't talk me to this fight, they called me, they offered me the fight, I took it, and I was thinking myself, it's another chance to perform, another chance to show my level, another chance to learn, because every time you get in the cage, you get experience, you get your feet wet again, and you know, if people want to sit down and wait, I say, fuck it, give me the fight, let me get another rep, and I'm ready to go, I'm ready to keep climbing the rankings, I'm ready to get my title shot, I'm ready to just to let the world know I'm the next champion. So why not do it one more time?
I love it. Such a great attitude to have, man. And like you said, you just fought Dominic Cruz. I do wonder, if you're going to fight Cory Sandhagen, is the right time to do it like right after you just fought Dominic Cruz? I mean, I look at the similarities that they do have. Is that beneficial to you at all, or separate fights just separate fights and it doesn't matter?
It's separate fights, kind of like, both guys move a lot, but even in the movement is a fully different, you know, energy and soul in front of you. Dominic is really like kind of like very aggressive with the way he moves left and right. Cory Sandhagen is more like kind of like a dancer who goes around circles. So you know, it's just a different person. It's gonna be a moving target. Yes, that's probably will help. I'm assuming a little bit, but at the end of the day, I treat every single guy as an individual. I'm not saying like, oh, just because I beat a taller guy in the past, I'm gonna do it now. For me, every time the fight's over, that's just experience. But it's gone for me. Now I got in front of this fucking different guy, and I'm preparing. I'm staying ready, and I can guarantee it will be a way better version of myself.
I love it,
I'm
man. I love it.
already. I feel like I'm already in that path. So I feel I'm gonna get in there and put him out.
So, I mean, listen, I know that you said you can't really control anything and you can't expect anything, but in your mind, I mean, is this a number one contender fight? I mean, I know there's a couple other names up there at the top, and we got Cejudo back, and like you said, all this stuff going on, but do you feel like this is a number one contender fight, or has anybody indicated to you that it's a number one contender fight?
This is definitely a number one contender fight. This is a fight that you got a guy that fought for the belt already, fought against the champion already, and in the other side you have a guy that is just sweeping the division. You know, I'm putting all these guys out. I'm putting on great performances. I'm staying active, and you know, I I just think myself, this is my time. You know, he already have his chance for the belt. He already have his chance against Sterling. You know, he didn't show he wasn't there to get it done for himself. Well, no, it's my time. I'm not gonna let that slip out of my hands. I'm taking it, you know, as always seriously. I'm prepared. I'm focused, and you know, I'm gonna go in there and really I'm gonna kick his ass. You know.
I love it. It's crazy to me, Cheeto, that you just turned 30. I mean, that is bizarre to me as long as you've been around the UFC and fighting at a high level. I can't believe you're only 30. Did that do
Yeah.
anything to you mentally? I mean, you seem like such a motivated, dedicated guy. You're fighting for your family. But I mean, did that year of just seeing it, I'm not in my 20s anymore, did that do anything to you mentally?
Yeah, like when I turned like 28, 27, I started realizing like I'm like holy fuck, I've been in the UFC since I'm 20 years old, and you know that's a decade right there. You know, I've been counting the Ultimate Fighter experience and everything. I've been here for a long time, and you know I felt like early in my career I get like huge opportunities, and I was like, you know, you don't fight young Lineker when you have like 3 fights in the UFC, and the guy was knocking everybody left and right, and then I get in there with him, and you know that was a close fight. I felt like that fight at different state could be on my way too. You know, it's just like I get those huge fights at the beginning, and I was right there with those guys, and I get it. I fell short. I didn't, you know. Sometimes in the UFC, when you get those fights and you even if you lose by a little bit, you kind of like lost a lot of stock and you go to the fully end of the line. But there was only one thing that no one knew. Deep down in my heart, I knew it. I was like, I'm right there. I really have it. I really have what any human needs to become a world champion. I was just missing a piece, but it's the piece that I have right now. I didn't have that piece for my first 16 fights in the UFC, 15 fights in the UFC. Now that I have it, I'm like, you guys will see what's gonna happen, and I've been showing it. It's been the accumulation of consistency and overtime all the time. And specific, everything I was talking about is the guy that trains me now, which is Jason Parillo. He just he just flipped everything on me, and even before these 4 or 5 fights, I would tell we've been training full time for like for like 3 or 4 more. Before that, he was already helping me out, but it wasn't full time. And you know, sometimes you need a full time chef to get a good menu, and then we have that pretty dialed in, and we always looking for better, and we always looking for more.
I love it, man. I love the credit that you give to him and the relationship that you guys had, man. It's an awesome partnership. So let me ask you, Cheeto, I mean, I know you're a fight fan at heart. I know obviously you're an analyst as well, but you're on this title run. I'm curious, are you excited for the possibility of Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo? Like, as a fan, do you want to see that fight? Or are you just frustrated that, like, man, I'm in here putting in work and this dude's coming back and taking my title shot?
Yeah, well, I feel like this. If you're able to leave the sport and come back and go straight to the top, I'm like, good for you. I'm like, if you're able to pull that off, you are somebody. You are somebody. At the end of the day, I'm a guy that you know. I'm a real man. I'm able to recognize those things. I'm able to see what's wrong and right. Not just speak for myself, like you know, and hyping things out. But don't get me wrong. I have the motherfucker in front of me. I put him out too, and I really believe I will. You know, he can have all this talk and all this. I'm like, you're fucking 3 feet tall. I'm gonna kick you right in the face. I'm gonna walk you down, and I feel like I like him. I will force him to shoot, and he will shoot, and you know he can be Olympic world champion and all that shit, I don't give two fucks. This is MMA. I'm gonna slice you open. I'm gonna try submissions on you, but at the end of the day, that's not the fight I have in front of me. But him coming up, that's a guy that I would love to have his head on my resume. So I gotta go through this fight first, and first things first. I just hope. The only thing I actually really hope is that fight gets signed and have a date, so at least the rest of us can see where we can go. Because I'm not planning on take half of the year off. I'm I want to fight. I want to put every single ounce of my soul in this fight with Cory Sandhagen, and after that, I figured out what can be next. But I want the picture to be kind of open. Get a date, start eating some vegetables. You fat fuck, sign the contract. Say who stop playing games online and acting like a fucking dork. Sign the contract, fight, and let the division go. The only thing I said this before, and I will say it again. I'm gonna be a great champion. I'm gonna fight whoever is next in line. I'm gonna play games, and I'm gonna start like acting like all these guys. They get the belt, they start acting like fucking bitches. I'm like, get the belt and be a fucking savage, be a fucking king. Go and do the thing. Defend it. Like, just next. Anderson Silva, BJ Penn, George St. Pierre. They did it like that. They got the belt. They fought number one. They kicked their asses. That's what they're greats now. Today's champions probably won't be that great because now they're little petty little bitches that they're just acting like they're Hollywood superstars. I'm like, pick a side. You wanna be a Hollywood actor? Fucking go to Hollywood, make the line, and start acting. You're in the fight business. Fight. You want more money? Sure, you will get it, but you get the money fighting. That's what we earn the money. We earn the money fighting. John Jones, all those guys make a lot of money because they fought consistency. They make their legacy huge. Until these days, the guys I name, they're pretty much as relevant or more relevant than the current champions. And I'm speaking facts.
That's why you got a lot of fans, man, and that's exciting. Well, listen, there's big fights on the horizon for you. Aljamain Sterling, Henry Cejudo. We want to see the Sean O'Malley fight again at some point. A lot of big fights, but first up, Cory Sandhagen. I agree with you. I think it's got to be a number one contender fight. So I guess, what kind of fight do you think we see, Chito? I mean, you guys are very exciting athletes. Is this going to be a back and forth? Is this one you can dominate? What do you think we see here?
I'm gonna I'm gonna come ready to fight. I'm gonna come strong off the gate, and the only thing that people can expect is me beating the fuck out of this guy, walking him down, breaking him down, and staying ready for go anywhere. We can go to the ground, we can wrestle, we can box, we can kickbox, we can fight. I'm gonna come and fight. I don't have this game plan for this specific thing. I'm gonna come to fight, and I'll be ready for whatever he brings, and we'll see what happens. The only thing I know is I'm ready, I'm focused, and I feel I'm way better than I was before because I've been very fucking consistent. So you guys will see a better version of myself, for sure.
I love it. Chito, I can't wait. Looking forward to this fight, February 18th. Best of luck in your preparation, and I'm sure we'll talk again before the fight.
Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it.